Let's talk to Nigel Jacklin now. He's, of course, the man who runs the No to Northeye campaign because the National Audit Office has published a report just recently about the Northeye site. Now, this is something that the Home Office decided to buy. Used to be run as a sort of a military prison. Then it was run as a training centre for, I think it was Emirates Airlines, I think it was. They bought it up. It's at the end of a very quiet road, residential road, full of children and families and all of that. But useless, large amounts of money being spent. Nigel, very good morning to you. Tell us what the latest is, because this story, I think, is going to run very, very deep, isn't it? Because you've been investigating some of the sort of antecedents of how we got to where we are. Tell us what you know.
Yeah, so we found out in March last year that the Home Office were proposing to use it to accommodate asylum seekers.
Yeah.
As you say, no work has been done, but the Home Office paid £15 million to investors and a property developer who had bought it for $6 million the year before.
Right.
So the National Audit Office have just published a report. It doesn't actually answer. It answers how did the Home Office buy it. It wasn't very complimentary, but it doesn't answer the question, the obvious question: how come they paid $15 million for something the investors had bought for $6 million a year before? And it doesn't get to the bottom of who knew what when.
Right.
Were those very lucky investors, or did they actually know something?
Yes. And I mean, of course, the problem now is that they've more or less declared, have they not, that they're probably never going to use it to house any migrants. I mean, we keep saying about the migrant business that what we need is more detention centres, and it could operate as a detention centre. But, I mean, I've been there to look at it. You know it well. It's very derelict. It's very run down. It would need to be refurbished at a cost of probably several more million quid before they can put anybody in it.
Yeah, yeah. And the local residents made clear from day one they didn't want it. And actually, we don't want them either. We don't want a lot of illegal migrants. And no work's been done. The Home Office page was last updated in July.
Right.
And it says that information will be shared when a decision has been made. So could they please hurry up and make the decision and hopefully decide that they won't use it, and let people know what matter they're missing.
And then what will happen, because they'll be then stuck with something they paid 15 million quid for, what are they going to do, turn it into a sort of Butlins holiday camp?
Well, they could do. I mean, it's quite a nice place. There is a proposal to use it as an eco park. You know, it's quite a nice place. People could come down from London and have a couple of days away. It's on the the district council development site allocation to have 140 dwellings, a football pitch, a children's play area, and 2 SUDs, which is sustainable drainage, because it's right next to Pevensey levels.
Right.
But the work that we've done, so it has been noted that there are other interested parties behind the deal. So Brockwell is the company that bought it through a special purpose vehicle. The National Audit Office has them as forming a company in 2022, but actually they had formed 2 other companies in 2021 in association with other companies that had also set up special purpose entities in 2021.
Right.
So we don't, sorry, in 2020, so we don't know who knew what when. Was it that Brockwell were lucky? Did they know something? Or did these other people know something?
Right. And does the local council have any role in any of this? I mean, presumably there's a planning application that has to be made if they are going to turn it into a migrant camp.
Yeah, the irony is that the purchase of the site was introduced using emergency legislation. So I think when you say emergency, you kind of think they'll get on with it. That allowed them to bypass local planning. And then in the audit office, it's saying that things were done in a hurry, and that caused the problem. So, you know, is it an emergency or is it, I don't know. The Rother Council, we asked them, we took a petition asking them to say no, but they didn't. The Town Council of which I'm now part, had a meeting with residents, and I asked people to stand up if they objected to it, and virtually the whole room did.
Right.
So no one wants it.
No one wants it, and it's now going to become a drain on the state, no doubt. But keep us informed, Nigel. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed.